Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. In fact, welcome to Bakemas. Last year during Christmas I came up with Vlogmas and this year we have a little change. So the baking version of the Christmas special should be Bakemas. For the next 15 days we have Christmas theme. So we are starting a series of Bakemas. For the next 15 days I'll be baking some special Christmas recipes. So today on the day 1 of the Bakemas series, we are going to make date and walnut bread, and this is what it looks like. This is a really moist, quick bread and have flavors of walnut and dates, and it also has a hint of cinnamon. And this is really a very easy bread to make. So let's get started. So the first thing we need to do is to soften our dates. Now just put them in a heat-proof bowl and we are gonna soften them. So we are going to add a pinch of salt into this, that is 1/8 of a teaspoon, and then we need half a teaspoon of baking soda, and that will help to soften the dates. And then into this we'll add 1 cup of boiling water, and this combination of the hot water and baking soda, let this sit for a while and it will soften the outer skin of the dates. Now these are pitted dates. We have taken out the hard part, the seed of the dates out of this, and we have cut them into small cubes, or you can say we have coarsely chopped them. So keep this aside for about half an hour at the room temperature and let it cool completely. Now we will be toasting our walnuts. So preheat your oven to 180 degrees Celsius and then take half a cup, that is 50 grams of walnuts. You can also use pecans, almonds or any other nuts. Now put your walnuts in a baking sheet and bake them for about 8 to 10 minutes. And meanwhile we will prepare our loaf pan. So I'm taking a little melted butter with a pastry brush and I'm just brushing the bottom and the sides of the pan because that would prevent our bread from sticking, which we don't want. And you can also spray it with a non-stick sprays. And now to make sure that our bread doesn't stick to the bottom of the pan, I'm going to take a little piece of parchment and put it in here. And now preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius and we'll start preparing our batter. So now I'm going to put 2 cups of all-purpose flour in a big bowl. And into this I'm going to add half a cup of brown sugar, just a quarter of a teaspoon of salt, and then 1.5 teaspoon of baking powder. I'm also going to add into this a half a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. And now just mix all of these together with a wire whisk. You can also use your food processor for this mixing. Just make sure that the baking powder has been properly mixed with the other ingredients. And then you also need some butter. This is half a cup of cold butter and I have cut this into cubes. And now I'm going to add this in my dry ingredients. And I'm using this pastry blender to blend this. So this pastry blender can be bought from Amazon or from any shop which sells some baking items locally. You can also do this in your food processor. So it seems that the butter has been properly mixed with the flour and other dry ingredients. I'll just check. Yeah, and this is what you're looking for, like something like breadcrumbs. So it's about half an hour and the dates are softened now. See, and these are the walnuts that we toasted. I have cut them coarsely into small pieces. And now I'm going to shift my dry ingredients into a larger bowl. So once this is shifted, I'm going to add into this the walnuts that we have toasted. This step will coat the nuts with the flour, which helps to prevent them from sinking to the bottom of the pan during baking. Just mix them properly so that they are properly coated with the flour. And then here I have an egg in a separate bowl and I have that in room temperature. I'm going to whisk this to break it up. And then I'm going to add into this 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract for flavoring. Just mix this once again. So now I'm just going to pour this egg into the dry ingredients. And now is the turn to add the dates along with all this water, because now even the water has really become sweet and flavored with the dates. So I'm going to mix this until everything is moistened. No longer than that. As you overmix, the bread will become tough, and the texture we want should be soft, not very tough. We want it to be nice and soft. It seems done now. I don't want to waste any of the batter. Okay, so now take your pan and scoop the batter into it. Use back of your spoon or an offset spatula to smoothen out the batter. And now I'm going to bake this for about 60 to 70 minutes. It will rise, it will become a beautiful golden brown in color, and also it is ready when a toothpick inserted into the center will come out clean. So into the oven it goes for about 60 to 70 minutes. Okay, our date and walnut bread is now done. Doesn't it look gorgeous? It's beautiful golden brown color. And now we are going to cool it completely in the pan on a wire rack, and when we come back I'll show you how to take it out of the pan. So now our bread is cool enough and we will be removing it out of the pan. Take a knife or an offset spatula and just run along the inside of the pan. Good enough. And now let's take this out. Just twist it. So here it goes. Let's remove the parchment paper. So see the color. So there we have. How gorgeous. A perfect date and walnut bread. So now let's cut a slice out of it. Still a little warm. See the dates and the walnuts inside the bread, and a beautiful golden color. A very soft, very moist bread this is going to be. Let me cut some more slices, and after that I'll just taste it and let you know how it turned out to be. So I'll just have a little piece of this bread. It's really flavorful bread. Nice and moist, yet the crunch of the walnuts, and then you have got the sweet dates. And there's vanilla, cinnamon flavor. Very nice. So now you can just eat this as plain or with some cream cheese or butter on it. You can cover and store this for 4 to 5 days, and you can also freeze it. So enjoy it. I hope you like the recipe. And if you like it, do not forget to give it a big thumbs up. And if you try this recipe, share the pictures with me on my Instagram handle. So until we meet again, this is Deepali from deepaliohri.com.